Hey and welcome to this course on JetBrains Rider. I'm Dan Clark, an independent developer and consultant, host of the Unhandled Exception podcast, a user group organizer and Microsoft MVP. I also have a couple of other Dome Train courses, one on Docker and the other on Kubernetes. So Rider is a cross-platform .NET IDE created by JetBrains. I've been a huge fan of it for many years now, and it's been instrumental to my productivity as a software developer. And coincidentally, I've timed creating this course really well because JetBrains have recently announced that they've changed their licensing so that it's free for non-commercial use. So if you don't have a license, no need to skip past this course, as you can just download Rider for free and follow along. And being cross-platform, you can use it to create .NET applications regardless of whether you use Windows, Linux or Mac as an operating system. Whilst you could say this course is a guide to using Rider, my aim is for it to be much more than that. I've worked with a lot of developers throughout the years, and I'd say that only a very small handful have stood out to me as being really fast in their IDE. I mean, flying around the IDE, leveraging keyboard shortcuts and code refactoring functionality. A lot of developers manually type out a lot of code or manually make changes throughout their code base that Rider can do for you in seconds. Learning Rider saves so much time, and also, to be honest, it just looks cool when you're pair programming. My aim is to not only show you how to use the different areas of Rider, but also to litter this course throughout with tons of tips and tricks, which will save you time and make you a faster and more productive developer. It'll also be very hands-on with demos throughout. I'll keep slides to an absolute minimum, I promise. In the next video, we'll talk about the main areas we'll cover in this course. This course is about the Rider IDE itself and doesn't dive into specific .NET technologies, so whilst I'll touch on its support for technologies like MAUI and Unity, the main focus of this course is going to be teaching you how to be really efficient in Rider, leveraging its very powerful functionality to write code much faster and of a higher quality, regardless of the type of application that you're building. We'll cover features like code navigation, refactoring, code generation, code analysis. I'll show you how to use the debugger effectively with various debugging tips and tricks. We'll cover automated testing, including continuous testing. We'll look at managing different types of dependencies. Rider has some great tools to help with that. Rider has amazing Git support. I'll show you how to use this. A lot of developers work remotely, so we'll be looking at tooling that can help there. For example, they have something called remote development and pair programming support with JetBrains Code with me. Speaking of being more productive when writing code, AI is a big thing now, and Rider has great AI integrations, so we'll cover that too. There's also much more, and as I mentioned in the last video, I aim to litter this course with lots of tips and tricks throughout the course. For example, useful keyboard shortcuts and faster ways of doing things. Hopefully by now you have a good idea of whether this course is for you or not, but just in case, in the next video I'll briefly summarise who I think this course is best suited for. If you've listened to the previous two videos, you'll probably already have a good idea of whether this course is for you or not, so I'll keep this video fairly short. So, if you're already an existing .NET developer, or you want to play around with or learn .NET, then this course is for you. Told you I'll keep it short. Seriously though, it's just that. If you've never used Rider before, it's for you. If you've used Rider for years, then it's still for you, as I'm fairly sure there'll be something here for all experience levels. Also, whilst this course is targeted at .NET developers because Rider is JetBrains' .NET IDE, it's actually built on top of their IntelliJ platform, which means that their other IDEs are very similar and they all plug into the same ecosystem, including a lot of popular plugins. As for prerequisites, we'll cover installing Rider in the next module, so you don't even have to start with Rider installed. All you need is your computer with an operating system, and because Rider is cross-platform, you can pick any operating system you like. Well, as long as it's Windows, Linux or Mac, that is, but I'm assuming you're using one of those. Each module in this course will end with a few multi-choice questions. The purpose of this isn't to test you, but rather to allow you to actively recall some key points from the module. I'm currently reading a book called Make It Stick, which is about the science of successful learning. I'd certainly recommend this book so far, and one of the key points of this book is that by actively recalling information from memory, that's one of the best ways you can make information stick in long-term memory, hence the questions at the end. None of these questions will be hard, they're just highlighting key points from the module. So let's take a look at the first set of questions, then we'll move on to the main course content.